So, I haven't been feeling great recently, so I just wanted to film myself and talk about it because I feel like sometimes talking about it can help get things off your chest. So, here I go. And this video will have a lot of me comparing myself to others because, long story short, I feel like I can never be like an it girl. I can never be that girl who does everything, who has everything. And it's discouraging to know that you're never going to achieve this image of what you view as the perfect life. Essentially, I just have many things that I am dissatisfied with about my personal life and about myself. And again, I know that this negative thinking is not a great thing, but I think it's important to record anyways because I know that a lot of people feel this way. And so I thought I'd come on here and talk about it for other people watching this and also just for myself because I need to vent everything out. Okay. So I'm a high schooler, and I feel like that's the age where a lot of people, when they're like teenagers, worry about their appearance and stuff. And I'll be honest, I worried about my appearance more in like middle school. By now, it's kind of like I don't care as much anymore, but sometimes I still feel, like I don't got that pretty privilege. So, just to list a couple things about me, I'm short, and that's not really an insecurity of mine, but I'm also relatively chubbier than some other people, and especially growing up in East Asian culture, I'm sure we all know that not being skinny has its effects on you. And even in terms of like my face, sometimes I look at it and I'm like, this is not an attractive face. Like, people don't look at this person and go, oh, she's very approachable. In fact, I don't know what's with my face, but I feel like something about it makes people not want to approach me. And like at home, when I'm talking to a freaking camera, maybe I look more natural, but I guess when I'm in person at school and stuff, I don't even want to say I have like a resting bitch face because I don't think I do, but something about my face is apparently like I feel like it wards people off. And I don't know if people care that much about appearances in forming relationships, um, especially like romantic ones, because I've never been in one of those. So I feel like my looks are going a lot into the how people perceive me in the relationships that I'm basically able to make with people. And I don't want to talk too much about body issues in this video because I feel like that could be a whole video in and of itself. So, I mean, that's the first thing that I'm frustrated with. Really, just that, sometimes I really look at other people and I think I'm so annoyed at myself because I don't have a thigh gap and because my legs aren't skinny and because my arms are thick and they look like literal drumsticks. And I don't work out. I don't have abs. Instead, every day when I come back from school, I literally gorge myself on food. Like, I just get so dissatisfied with myself. And each day I tell myself I'm going to focus more on my appearance. Um, Another thing is that I don't do makeup at all. I don't know how to do makeup. And only recently have I even started like caring about what my hair looks like and putting it up. In the past, I would just leave it down every day and I'd look like any other East Asian girl. Like, I would be so forgettable because my appearance and because I blend in so much. And I don't really like that. So sometimes I really just wish, I could have a thigh gap like that girl, or I could have skinnier legs like that girl, or I could look good in leggings, or I could not have like drumstick arms, which I low key do right now. And, there are, of course, other times where I look in the mirror and I'm genuinely, maybe this is like the narcissistic part of me, but I genuinely look in the mirror and I'm like, oh my god, she looks so good. But based on how other people react to me and how other people treat me, I don't think I'm very pretty, at least conventionally. That is very controversial, and I will not be getting into that more, but Yeah. That kind of leads into the second point I want to talk about, which is social life, which I also feel like I'm very lacking on. Because when you look at some other students in school, they are able to have so many different friend groups and they get along with everyone. And literally, there are no negative opinions of them. Everyone's like, oh, that person is super duper nice. I wish I could be like that person. For me, I wouldn't say I have a bad reputation around school. I don't think anyone talks bad about me, but that's because not a lot of people know that I exist. Like, for me, it's very hard to make new friends, and I think it's because I must be socially awkward, or if not socially awkward, then I must be awkwardly social. Either way, there's the awkward in there because I feel like it takes me a very long time to get acquainted with new people, and it has to be very specific, a specific type of person who is able to get along with me. I just feel like, again, like other than my appearance making me unapproachable, I feel like it's also partly my personality that makes me so unapproachable. Like sometimes I wonder why don't people reach out to me and want to be friends with me as much as they do with other people. Um, these days, everyone also cares about the Instagram followers to following ratio, and I don't care about it that much, but sometimes I do notice I'm like, oh, I don't have that many followers. I'm following more people, way more people than I follow, than are following me. So I just think about that and I realize that I don't have a lot of friends. Like, I can be polite to people, but people don't get along with me and I can't really connect with a lot of people. And I know that sometimes people say like, it's for friendship, it's like quality over quantity, right? And I do know that, but I it still feels bad when other people have a bunch of quality relationships. Like they have quantity and quality. And I would say I have quality, but I don't have many friends at all. And so just, you know, I wish I could get along better with people. I wish I could be that type of person who is friends with everyone, but instead, when I talk to people, like I don't know what to say. Sometimes they'll tell me something and I'll low key just stay silent because I don't like how am I supposed to answer? So that's something that I don't really like about myself. Something else that's also in the social relationships category, and maybe this also contributes to why I don't have as many friends. I feel like this is like a very bad thing to be admitting, but I feel like it's very hard for me to feel happy for other people. Each time I say something, it's usually about myself. People will be talking about their experience, and I've noticed this recently. The way I respond to them is by relating one of my own experiences to them. But when I think about it, they're talking about this big thing that's happened to them. Like, why should I be butting in and stealing away their spotlight and just talking about myself? But I feel like so much of the time, I just bring everything back to myself. And when other people get like a huge success, maybe they like get a good test score or something, or they win a competition, or I don't know, something like that. You know, obviously, like I know basic mannerisms. Like I say, like, "Oh, good job! Like, congratulations!" And I act happy for them. But inside me, like I don't feel a lot. It's just words that I'm spewing out of my mouth when I say congratulations and stuff. I don't really feel happy for anyone except myself when I look at my own achievements. And I don't think other people have this. I feel like by admitting this, everyone knows now I'm like a terrible person, but I guess like it's the truth. I'm a very, very selfish person, and I feel like I've been blending in with the rest of society in some ways when really, like, I don't have the, I guess, like, empathy to fully keep up with other people and fully be in tune with their lives in addition to my own. Okay, the next thing I want to talk about is work ethic, and this will be short, but of course, as a high schooler, as a junior, one of my other big worries, which I talk about in like literally all my videos, so I'm very sorry, but it's college applications. And for college, you need to have a lot of things on your resume if you're aiming to get into a good college. And something I've noticed about some high schoolers that I meet are that is that they are so hardworking. Like just now, I was looking on random people's LinkedIn's. I was like low key stalking people, but we don't talk about that. And when I look at all the activities they've done, and this is like previous seniors who have already graduated and stuff, they've done so much stuff. And I can't fathom how they were even able to do that because there are only like 24 hours in a day. Like, it's insane how many hours are they even sleeping per night. For me, I'm sleeping like six and a half, maybe 6.5 hours a night, and yet I'm like not getting things done. Like when I go home, the first thing I do is literally like be an iPad kid and eat. I watch my iPad and eat, which is like a terrible image to be talking about online on the internet for everyone to see. But it's the truth. Like, I just don't have that discipline to get me through. And instead, I end up procrastinating all of my homework until late at night. And since school homework is my first priority, and I push it to late at night, I don't have any time, further time to do other activities, to pursue passions, to pursue hobbies, because I push all my work to later and then I do my schoolwork, and then the block after that, I get tired and I just decide to go to sleep. So it's really, I envy the people who are able to, in school, be so productive, get all of their work done in school, actually utilize all their free blocks or their study blocks efficiently and get their work done during that period. Because you can bet that when I have a free block or a study block, I will sit at my desk and literally do no work and instead just browse YouTube on my phone or browse some other social media. Like, I hate it because it's disadvantaging me later on, where late at night I have to do all my homework and then I don't get good sleep and then I have to wake up early and it's not a good cycle. But I can't get myself to do work. So often I feel terrible, and it's not just how often I feel bad and like too lazy to do work, but it's also the fact that when I feel that way, I don't force myself to keep going and get my work done. So that's just really annoying because I feel like I'm not doing as many things that I could be doing, and I'm not getting into depth with my extracurriculars as much as I could be. I'm not exploring my passions as much as I could be. My time management is just not good enough. And finally, I want to talk again, this is very college focused. I want to talk about academics and activities. Mainly the activities, because for my academics, I would say they've always been fine. Like, I'm doing well in school, but the issue is everyone is doing well. All of my competitors, in terms of getting into college, they all have, high, like above 4.0 GPAs and stuff. That's not the issue. The issue is the activities that you're doing to stand out. And I'm sorry if you can hear my computer. It just, the fan is really loud, but I'm just going to keep talking. I'm terribly sorry. I just need to get this out of me. So if there's a fan for the rest of the video, I'm sorry. But basically, this relates to the previous point about work ethic. You just see people doing so many different things. They're so well rounded. They do a sport, they do music, and each of those have commitments of like literally every day a week or close to that. And then they're also, club leaders, and not just like small club leaders, but they're leaders of clubs, of huge clubs that have made an impact, and they've made an impact on their communities. I don't have that. For me, all my extracurriculars, although I do enjoy them, and although some of them more than others, but they are relatively fun for me, it just doesn't seem like I'm going into enough depth into each of them. Some people resume build for college and stuff. For me, even when I think of the lack of activities that I am doing, I don't really care. And this is like a terrible mindset to have in terms of activities, because I'm like, oh, whatever, like I'm doing enough and stuff, right? But what I don't tell myself and what I hide from myself is that what I'm doing is definitely not enough to be getting into those top colleges. And on top of it all, something that I also don't have and that I feel like other people have is the ability to consistently find the joy in little things. I did talk about this in another video of mine in the last video, where I expressed how sometimes I am able to find joy in little things, like for example, like the hair clip that I was wearing, and that I'm wearing now. But at the same time, sometimes I really just feel like I can't be happy. Like when I'm literally drowning in homework and I have so many tests the next day, I just I don't understand how some other people can be so happy on top of on top of everything else that they're doing. Like your day is so jam-packed. Do you really enjoy everything you do so much? Like how are you not feeling depressed? And so ultimately, sometimes I hate myself for not being able to meet the standards that other people push themselves to. In fact, I don't define my standards for myself. I let other people define my standards for myself. That which basically means I look at how other people are doing and I say, "Oh, I should do better than this person, but it's okay if I don't do better than this person." But really, it's about personal growth. It's about pushing yourself beyond your limits and achieving things for yourself. But my mindset has never really been like that. I've never been focused on things like beating my own scores and, surpassing my limits or anything. I'm very happy staying within my limits and within like the zone that I'm comfortable in. I don't push myself to be exceptional in any way, whether that is my appearance or my social life or my work ethic or my extracurricular activities. Like I don't know what I'm doing here. I feel like I'm just living day to day and I don't know what I want to be when I grow up. I I don't know. I don't know anything. It feels like I don't have a personality. Like it feels like I'm not a real person. Like who is this girl? You know, instead of the it girl, I have everyone around me and myself thinking, who is this girl? And what is her deal? Because like I don't fucking know what I'm doing right now. And I hate that. I've run out of things to say, so rant over. Bye bye. Okay, this is part two to that video that I filmed before. This time I didn't even take my mic out because I just want to rant right now. I don't know, I just hate myself. Not really. Like that, when I say that, it sounds like such a stupid, bratty thing to say. I just, I just don't like where I am right now. So, here I am sharing with the whole internet, but it's okay because I don't get a lot of views anyways. Um, okay. So, today I found out that I did not get into this essay competition. Um, it's an economics essay competition run by Harvard. People who do economics probably know what I'm talking about, and I didn't get it. And what's annoying me so much is that I got help to do that competition. And this is probably like a terrible thing to admit, but it was, just for that competition, my my parents hired someone. They hired a professor under this under this what is it called? Under this company that allegedly is supposed to help high school students like me get into college and help with these things, like they help with your AP exams, they help with I don't fucking know, like they help with other things. But they got a professor to help me, and it's like a fucking professor, and we paid like $200 per session for that. Okay, And I literally had like a couple classes with him, and where he helped me with my essay. And in the end, guess what I got? Nothing. I did not get anything. It's very humbling, obviously, to see that, other people did better than me, even though I had hope. And when I thought my essay was pretty good. And it's also disgusting that I even think that way, that I even think that I'm so good at this, because I'm not. Like, I feel like I have such a high ego, and someone needs to break it down, because I literally think that I'm good at everything, but that is so not true, because I fucking suck. Like, I am like the least hardworking person you'll ever meet. Like, I don't deserve to get into college, and yet I'm still gonna apply to a bunch of Ivies and then get rejected from all of them on Ivy Day, and it feels so shitty. And the second thing I want to talk about is, I found out, so my school does like an Asian night, because we have an Asian student union club, and they always host this Asian night. And it was fun, but I decided to tutor instead of going there. And the Asian night, they have food from a bunch of different Asian cultures, and they also have a performance afterwards, and there are a bunch of students performing like K-pop dances, and they'll be playing in like musical ensembles and stuff. I sacrificed all of that for 45 minutes of tutoring a student online for volunteer hours. And I basically, I just found out, I looked at the program for Asian Night. I looked at the program of performances, and I realized that a lot of the people who are performing there, I know them. Like, they're my friends, and I wish I had gone to watch them, and I wish I had been more involved in that community. But instead, I decided to stay locked up in my room. I was literally sitting like I don't know, like right there at my desk, teaching a kid online for 45 minutes. And I could have been having so much fun, and I could have been more involved in a community that I should be part of. It's an Asian student union. I'm freaking Asian. Why am I not there? And so it just feels really bad, because I feel like I'm lacking like a sense of community at my school. Like, I feel so fucking lonely at times. And I know that makes me look so pathetic, but I mean, like, I am. I am fucking pathetic. Okay. And the final thing I want to complain about is, after I found out that I did not win anything in that Harvard essay competition, I started eating a lot. I binge ate, and in the past like week or so, I've lost like a couple pounds. It's really nothing. It's literally like the amount of weight you lose. Like, it's fucking water weight that I lost, basically. It's nothing significant at all. But the point is, I did lose a little bit, and I just binged. After I found out about the essay competition, I ate a bunch, and now I feel fat as fuck. And I know that fat can be beautiful too, but like, it just feels so bad because I ate so unhealthy. I literally just ate ramen for dinner, and then I ate chips. And it feels like I've lost all the progress that I made in the past 2 weeks, and it feels like I've never made any progress in the first place. And I also feel so fucking hopeless, because a student like me is not going to get into the Ivy League. Like, no matter how hard I try, like, I know it. Like, I'm not an Ivy League student, and it hurts so much, because imagine like knowing that you don't even have a chance for those. And I know for some students, they were never like, some students are okay with that. Some students have known for a long time that maybe they don't have a chance, and they're okay with going to a school that's not an Ivy, or like a school that's not in the top 20. But for me, it's because of this goddamn fucking ego of mine, because I think I'm so good. And the reason I do that is just because I have decent grades. Like, I have decent grades, and I have a decent SAT. But in the long run, that shit doesn't mean anything, because if you compare me to thousands of other applicants who apply to the Ivies, all of them are the same thing as me. They have the same scores as me. I'm not special, but I think I am. And it's the wrong mindset to have, because once I get all my rejections on Ivy Day, literally in about a year, I know I'm going to be so devastated. I'm just so unsatisfied with myself. Like, I wanted to make videos that could help other people, but they end up being just like me ranting to myself and venting and being annoyed as fuck. So I'm very sorry. It feels wrong to ask for advice on the internet, especially when I was supposed to be giving advice to other people. But if anyone can help or experiences this or thinks that there's still hope for me to get into the Ivy League, I'm gonna be completely honest, I'm very worried about that. Please let me know. Thank you.